Alright, so before the price tag buys the farm, that's what the price was. This tag was not stuck on there very well when I got it. So it wasn't my doing that this tag didn't stick very well, it just didn't stick very well. So, that's junk. But what is it, you might ask? Well, that is a very good question. And it appears as though in order to tell you the answer, I'm going to still have to turn on this camera's light because the low light sensitivity of this thing is complete pants. Okay, so now that we can see, we can take a look here. Oh, uh-oh. Another cassette deck? Really? Yep, that's exactly what this is. It's a Teac SW-200 stereo double cassette deck. Super metal sound, direct function mechanism. High-speed dubbing, continuous playback system. There are, of course, 2 decks. It is not auto-reverse, and in fact, it has got no, basically almost no electronic portion at all. It's piano control, so if you push these, they stick. They're actual real buttons. And both decks have got a pause feature, which is nice. It's something that a lot of the Logic decks don't happen to have. Switch for Dolby noise reduction. I believe that's Dolby B. High-speed dubbing. It's kind of interesting that there's 2 buttons. I'm not quite sure what the point of that is. Microphone. There's a record level knob. It's a little dirty. I did clean up the top at least, so it's not as dirty on the top. And a balance control, which once again, for whatever reason, it was not set direct in the center. Tape counter. Got a level meter there. Auto tape selection. That's basically the only electronics that this thing has got. And we've got lights for each of the different types of tape. It's very sparing otherwise. There's not much to it. I didn't clean the side off yet. Either of the sides off. And on the back, I believe the only thing that we've got is the power, the line input, also something for the remote control to go to the stereo receiver, which would have the remote IR receiver, I guess, and then they would just connect into this. And the output as well, the line out. Here we can see some other information. Teac Corporation, made in China. SW-200, pulls 0.15 amps. I'm not sure when it was made, but my guess would be early to mid-90s. It might even be, no, maybe not. I think that Teac CD changer down there is a little bit, that's a different style, I think, than this, if by just a little bit. The CD player that they also had there would have went along with this very well. I'm going to point something else out that I don't like. It's when people coil up their damn cords like this. That bugs me. I don't know why people do this, and then they leave these things for years and years and years and years and years, so the cord then retains this shape. I can't replace this cord, so I'm stuck with it being as curly. That is irritating. But you can probably see that there's a tape in here, which it came with. A Maxell XL2 90-minute chromium dioxide tape. With some pretty good music on it too. We've got U2's Joshua Tree. And there's something else on the A side. I can't quite read that. Van and the Chieftains? Chieftains? I don't know. I don't know what that's supposed to be. It looks like almost like Chief Taws, if you ask me. I can't read that. So maybe somebody else can enlighten me. I think it's supposed to be Chieftains though. So we'll see. We'll go ahead and have a listen to this, which means I'm going to have to hook it up to the mixer. I'm going to turn the mixer on and hook it up. So we'll do that. Okay, so let's fire up this cassette deck here. Here we can see the levels. I'm going to turn it back on again. I don't know why this thing has such an issue focusing. So you can watch what that display does when we turn it on. That's pretty cool. We can see it automatically selects this. This can't be a metal tape. There's no way this is a metal tape. Yeah, no, that's it. Chromium dioxide. I guess it just defaults to metal. So, one thing else I'd like to point out is that this pause button here does not light anything up. That one does. That one lights up this pause light. I'm not quite sure why that is. appears that only one of the high speed. Now that's an interesting thing I didn't notice. Now it says high speed and dubbing. So I guess this is for the high deck speed, and this is just for dubbing. Not quite sure what the deal is with that, but it's there. One other thing that is cool that I can do is I can trick this, if I can find it. Hang on, I'm going to have to do it with two hands, I guess. Yeah, see, I can trick it into the record mode. Can't do that with your fancy logic control, at least not mostly. So then we can pause it, and now both record and pause are on. Let's hit stop on that. I noticed that the level meter shot up when I did that. That's interesting. But it all seems to work fine. Fast forward this tape. And we could go ahead and hit play. I'm going to turn this up so we can hear it at least. Not too much. Let's see. Reset that tape counter. One thing that I find that's very annoying about decks, for the most part, the Teac, the Technics are exceptions to this. The tape counter is only for deck 2. It's the record and play deck. Would it really have killed them to add the same thing to deck 1? I'm sure they exist. They have to exist, especially in professional equipment. But with this kind of stuff, I never see 2 tape counters. Again, except for the Technics units, which are logic controlled. Let's go ahead and try out deck 2 over here. See it switch. Press pause. That's funny. I don't think you're supposed to be able to do that, though. Then push on rewind. Fast forward. Alright, I believe that is it for our demonstration. I shouldn't have to do much else. It's another cassette deck with a nice free tape. I'll have to import that into the computer. Oh, it's just reflection off of this. I thought that it was wet for a second. I was like, huh? It shouldn't be wet. There's nothing wet in there. But you can go ahead and have a look at the mechanism. You can see just how clean it is. Not perfectly clean, but certainly serviceable and a lot cleaner than a lot of the decks that I see. I'm actually surprised at how clean it was, considering how dirty the top was. It was covered in dust. But I'm glad, because it means that it survived in pretty good shape. Alright. I think it's time to shut down this video. Thank you for watching. If you have any comments, feel free to leave them down below. And this is CP666 signing off. I hope to see you next time. Until then.